Hey folks, Realosity with John Ritlin. I'm John Ritlin. This is a show where I'm just going to talk about some wrestlers who have blocked me on Twitter. Wrestlers or announcers or whatever. People involved in the wrestling business that have blocked me for whatever reason. There are only two on this list that I pretty much intentionally got blocked by. And that's only because I think they're both reprehensible human beings that have no business being in wrestling anymore. Other than that, a lot of these are actually people I just don't really care for and probably did name searches and saw what I said about them even though I didn't tweet them directly, and then they just blocked me because they blocked a lot of people apparently. So here's the list and I hope you enjoy it. Now I want to make this clear that really besides the two that I intentionally got blocked by, I don't actually hate anybody on this list as people, even though I think JBL's a bully. Oh, spoiler alert. Yeah, he's the first one. JBL blocked me. JBL's a bully and was not a very good wrestler. Even as a heel, singles heel champion, the only reason that he's still around is because Vince really loves him. Maybe he gives him stock tips. Maybe he tells him when to buy stock and then sell it off before it crashes. I don't know. All I know is that JBL blocked me, and he blocked me because I called his announcing BS. And the thing is for as long as he's been in the wrestling business, that they actually let him be an effective heel and somebody that actually would call a match and give credit here and there. And by the way, not try to spin the stuff for Roman Reigns, which it's not working with Roman. No one will admit that it is not working with Roman. It was going to work for a little bit on Raw right after Mania. And then they undercut the whole thing by, oh, he's going to try to be a babyface. And then Braun beats him up and gets one of the biggest babyface reactions in the entire damn year. Like, that's one, besides the Hardys, that may be one of the longest sustained reactions that somebody has gotten. Like, I mean, Braun got that much praise, and it was great. But JBL blocked me because I call his announcing BS. And, I mean, it literally took 3 minutes. And I don't actually hate Bradshaw for trying to do charitable work with kids in Bermuda. But he just seems like a hypocrite, considering that he's bullied Morrow and he's bullied other people for years and years, and has gotten away with it. So yeah, I don't really care that he blocked me. And Josh Matthews, I don't care that Josh Matthews blocked me. He's just a massive infection as far as commentary. He's horrible. He doesn't know any moves. For being a guy that was in Tough Enough and being in the wrestling business as long as he has, the fact that he can't call anything properly is ridiculous. And I know part of him is playing a character. But even before he was really being a heel at Bound for Glory 2016, just a few months ago, he was horrible on commentary. It's like he just couldn't call anything. Pope at least tried. Josh is just terrible. He's a D-grade announcer at best. Guys like Lee Marshall were better. And I had nothing against Lee Marshall. It's just he was a very middle-of-the-road announcer. Yeah, Josh Matthews, horrible, and I'm glad that he blocked me. I'm glad that he did. I mean, I wear it like a badge of honor. I mean, honestly, I'm not one of these fans that wants to be blocked by many people, but those two in particular, I'm pretty happy about. I mean, I just brush it off, honestly. If wrestlers want to block me, if you want to be sensitive, go ahead. But I'm never going to wish ill or death on somebody. Though if JBL were to never be on wrestling TV again, or same with Josh Matthews, I would not complain. And now to quickly go through the rest of the list. Tony Schiavone, he probably didn't like that I kept making comments like, this is the single greatest insert, word here in the history of our sport. And that I maybe backed Bobby Heenan more than I did him. Because Bobby Heenan's a much better color commentator announcer than Schiavone ever was. And Schiavone's not a bad announcer. But he probably just didn't like what I said. That's fine, whatever. I don't hate Tony Schiavone. I don't wish ill on him. He was certainly good in the 80s and even into the mid-90s, and then seemed like he just didn't care. Which I don't blame him. From what I heard about WCW, I would get to the point where I don't care also. But yeah, I don't care if Schiavone blocked me. I mean, it's just kind of funny. Gerald Brisco. Well, if Wes Brisco wasn't such a lousy-ass wrestler, and if he actually could carry on the family legacy and not just shit on it, and if Gerald Brisco actually wasn't being sensitive about defending anybody with the Brisco name, maybe he wouldn't have blocked me. He's blocked me, and he's blocked a lot of people. I mean, I was probably way far down on the list, because a lot of people were ripping Wes Brisco. The guy can't wrestle for shit. And Gerald just doesn't want to admit it. That's probably why he blocked me. Kalisto blocked me. I kind of made fun of his lucha chant. You know, the lucha thing that he does by saying kucha, kucha, kucha. That was just funny, and I don't know. Maybe he just didn't like it. I don't know why he blocked me. I mean, I don't despise Kalisto. He's a talented individual in the ring, and I hope he gets a chance on Raw. I don't think he will. I think they'll basically just use him in a jobber role, which is sad because Kalisto is talented enough to be used at least as a mid-card champion. Never give him the world title, because if it didn't work with Ray with all the fan base that he had, sure as hell wouldn't work with Kalisto. But he blocked me. Oh well. I don't wish ill on the guy. Angelina Love. The worst I said about her was that she was a drunk aunt at a wedding trying to be sexy. I mean, and I said that a while ago. I mean, I might even say it on a recent video. I don't hate Angelina. Her and Davey Richards seem happy together. They have a kid. I hope they have a good life. And if Angelina wants to continue to get in the wrestling ring, even after having a kid, good for her. I'm not a fan of her. I don't wish ill on her, though. Velvet Sky, this is another one to block me, and I'm sorry, but it just... Velvet Sky could be one of the nicest people in the world. Maybe she is. Apparently she's good to her fans. That's great. How somebody who has been apparently wrestling since 2005 can be as bad as she is in the ring. You know, like, especially when I saw her stuff in 2015, I'm like, how can she be so bad? I've never said I can get in the ring and wrestle. I'll never say that. I could not take the beatings. I've suffered too many injuries already as it is. It is a tough business, and I admire anybody that wants to get in the ring and do that stuff. But for 10 years in the wrestling business, she couldn't get any better. I mean, there are women cutting their teeth in Shimmer and other indies that are way better than Velvet Sky has been, and they couldn't have gotten on national TV. I just never understood it. Velvet, again, isn't necessarily a bad person or whatever. Just the fact that she blocked me, oh well, I mean, you know, quite frankly, I never found her attractive either. But hey, if her and Bully Ray are happy, I think they're still dating. Her and Bully Ray are happy together. Good for them. If she's still wrestling, good for her. I don't know if she's still wrestling much. But I just never found her interesting, and really don't care that she blocked me. I just find it humorous. The one I take the most pride in, though, is the final one. Both Young Bucks have blocked me on Twitter. I don't hate the guys. They're good to their fans. They work hard. They're good athletes. And they have a very loyal fan base. And they do work hard in New Japan, Ring of Honor, and other places. They throw about 50,000 super kicks, are overrated as fuck, and I just don't care. I don't care. I never pop for any of their stuff. When I watched Ring of Honor TV for a bit, it's like I saw them, I'm like, okay, I mean, this is it? And I've watched some of their stuff on Ring of Honor pay-per-views. They work hard, but I just have never seen the appeal to Young Bucks. If the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega has not blocked me on Twitter, and I don't expect that he will, because I've never said that Kenny Omega can't wrestle. If the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega are examples of where the wrestling business is heading, we are doomed. The wrestling business is doomed. I mean, there's nothing wrong with having an entertainment aspect to it, but if you're going to make a joke out of it like they have, ridiculous. So yeah, I'm happy the Young Bucks blocked me. Because I just don't understand the appeal of them. I don't get it. Maybe it's a generational thing. Maybe if I was 10 years younger, I might get it. But I don't know. I mean, that's just my opinion. Any of you guys that are fans of these people that I'm talking about, great. That's fine. We're all fans of different people. There are only a couple on here. Like Kalisto, I'm not necessarily like hating on. I don't even hate on Shivani necessarily, even if I don't think he's a great announcer. But just some of them, I kind of take as a badge of honor because they want to be sensitive. I've never wished ill or death on these people. And I don't, except maybe JBL. I wouldn't mind him being off TV for, a damn good reason. Because he shouldn't ever be on TV for what he's done. Josh Matthews is horrible on commentary. But I'm not going to wish death on these guys just because they blocked me on Twitter. It's social media. I just did this video to be funny because that's my opinion. And I don't really care if anybody has a problem with me being blocked. I'd like to hear who you guys are blocked by on Twitter. Wrestlers, celebrities, whatever. Leave them in the comments. Tweet me. My Twitter handle's in the description. It's been Real Honesty with John Ritlin. I'm John Ritlin. Also, like, share, subscribe. I'll see you soon.